Let's pay veneration to the Lord Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Theron Sannai, everyone. Today is the Vesak Poya Day. So on the Poya Day, I thought of talking about the precious gift you ever had, your parents. They are the pillars of our lives. They protect us, they take care of us, they feed us, they do everything to our lives. So let me tell you something that you may have never heard of. Okay, just tell me, why is your mother without being your next door neighbor's mother? Did you ever think about it? No, right? Did you have a choice to select your parents? You didn't have a choice. You were born to your family. You didn't have a chance to select your parents, either your parents or your siblings. You're being born with them. Why is that? Why is your mother your mother? Have you heard of sansaric deaths? In Sinhalese we call sasara ganu denu. You know, long time ago, in the time of the Lord Buddha, the great elder, Venerable Moggallana Thero, talked about his past. In one of his previous lives, he killed his parents, and a team of burglars, a gang of burglars, saw that incident and cursed him that he'll be taken revenge of what he has done. On his last birth, these burglars came after him just to take his life. They killed the great elder Venerable Moggallana Thero. It was a sansaric death that's been paid off in a brutal way. In the current context, haven't you heard the mother was killed by her son, or the mother was raped by her son? The father killed his wife and 2 children. Those are very common information or news we get day to day. Do you think the person who killed them is responsible for that? That's what we think, isn't it? Of course, it's not a lie. Yes, we think that they are responsible for what they did. But we didn't get a chance to look behind the scene what has happened. So that's where everything explains under the concept of the sansaric deaths. Recently, I heard a news about a young boy killing his mother. Normally, everyone blames the boy. But now we know that there's a bigger thing behind the scene. So if I explain you how these sansaric deaths happened, in your previous lives, you take things from people. You take revenge from people. When somebody does something bad and you think, I'm going to take this wrath somehow or the other. So that thought creates a bond between you, the two people. And then in this journey of samsara, one day they meet up again and they pay their debts they had within those two people. Let's take this recent incident. The mother was killed by her son. Do you think in the previous birth he wanted to kill her mother, and this birth too, he wanted to kill her mother? Oh no. He didn't mean to do that. But what happened was, few lives ago, or in one life in the sansara, they might have met and thought something must have happened, and this boy must have told, I'm going to take revenge, I'm going to take your life. That day, she was just an enemy, not the mother. But that wrath did not end there. It came all the way. This day, this birth, he was born to her as her son. When the causes are aligned, what happens is the debts being paid off. He thought, I'm going to kill you somehow or the other. But he didn't mean to kill his mother. But that's how the sansaric death works. So this birth, he was born to this woman. And the causes were aligned. Her life was taken away by her own child. In that previous life, if he killed that person, it would never have been a heinous sin. But today, he committed a heinous sin because he killed his mother. Do you see the scaring part of this sansaric journey? The sansaric deaths. You plan to take revenge on somebody, but eventually, after some time later, in a new birth, you're taking the revenge over your parents. Haven't you heard? A father killed his wife and his two children. I remember some time ago, that sort of a news was there, and it happened when he met another woman. He had an affair with another woman. Before that, they lived very peacefully. He loved his daughters, his kids, and his wife, loving wife. He took care of them. But when the time came to pay off the debt, some sort of a cause aligned, and he took revenge on those people. So, my dear children, you're with your parents. It's not an easy task, you know. They're paying off your debts because, you know, when you were born to this world, the things your parents did, they did out of love and compassion. That's what we see. But when we come out of that and see the sansaric debts, the concept of that, they didn't have a choice. They had to pay it off. That's how the causes were aligned. And you are taking it from them. Now don't go and tell mother, you have to pay it off if you have taken it. But you know, something that you don't know. What is that? To come to this human realm, your parents did a great sacrifice to give birth to you. And now you owe a great debt because they gave birth to you. So it's an even situation now. They're paying it off, you're taking it back, and you have to pay them again because you came to this world because of that. Isn't it amazing? Or is it scary? This sansaric journey? So we never know what we have done in our past. We don't know the debts that we have to pay with the people around us, your siblings, your parents. So my dear children, be very mindful. The only solution to pay these debts is the dhamma. When you have the dhamma, you understand the theory behind it. So, you will learn how to stop this and pay off your debts and get out of this samsara. Have you heard merit is a universal currency? It is the universal currency. If you have debt with somebody, now you can't pay it off. Let's take, you took $1 billion from someone and you promised that person that you will return that. Let's take it's a previous life. But before you die, you couldn't pay it off. Now, he is coming after you without knowing, because he thought when you died, he took $1 million from me, and he's not paying it off. He didn't pay it off. So he has that bond with you to take it back. Now it's coming after you. You don't know it in this life, but there are plenty of incidents like that, because the journey we came along in this sansara is not so beautiful. We have never been that good. So, if you want to escape this sansara, what do you have to do? Let's use the this universal currency. Let's pay it off by merit. Do merits every day. Some sort of merit. And whenever you accumulate merit, the merits you have, transfer it to everyone. Those you see around you and those you don't see. Transfer it to all living beings. By doing that, you will be able to pay the debts that you owe other people. Because we are not perfect people. We make mistakes, we do bad, both good and bad. We do black and white things in our lives. So, we can't see what we have done, but we know for sure that we have never been only good people. We have been playing the role of both characters. So, Let's do merit, my dear children. Let's accumulate many merits as possible and transfer those merits to everyone and pay your debts like that. Your parents are precious because they gave you birth. They are the pillars of your life. It's true that they had a debt to pay. That's why they feed you. That's why your mother nourished you when she got you in her womb. She ate all the nutritions to feed you, to give energy and give life to you. And when you were born, her blood turned into milk to pay it off. And when you grew older, to educate you, to take care of you, to protect you, your parents did everything. Probably they are working right now, maybe just to take care of you. Maybe they don't want to work, but because you're in this world, you have to be protected. They have to plan a secure future for you. That's why they must be working. They're working like slaves sometimes. Why? They're paying their debts that they took from you a long time ago in samsara. And now you have to pay your debts to your parents because you have taken something from them. Because you are born to this world because of them and you owe them that. So, my dear children, I hope you understood the concept of sansaric debts. And I remember something. Do you know the story of Siwmaga, the Jataka story of Siwmaga? It happened when in the time of Buddha aspirant. Kachaputta was Venerable Devadatta Thero, and in that life, something happened between those two because of a golden plate, and at the end, Kachaputta took a fistful of sand and cursed, "I'm going to take revenge over you in every birth." That's what he said. And to our surprise, it actually happened till the day the Lord Buddha was born to this world. Even Devadatta passed away, he was keeping his word. See how long this sansaric debts are like, He's been paying it off for eons and eons. He couldn't escape from that curse. There were lives where Devadatta was born as the father, as the king, and Buddha aspirant was born as the child. And in that life, the king commands his soldiers to cut him into pieces and kill. Imagine, his own child was killed. He didn't know why that was happening. But now, don't we know that? That is the sansaric death. So there are so many stories that we can talk of. And even today we see so many stories, the recent stories, that we can explain this concept. So, my dear children, think about your parents, your surrounding, and what's happening behind that. The things that happen behind the scene. We see only the present. We don't know about the past. So be very careful. You got a chance to escape that. That is the Dhamma. So today we're celebrating Vesak. Lord Buddha enlightened. The great Dhamma appeared to this entire universe on a day like this. So let's make a firm resolve to make use of it. So we can do merit and we can transfer merit and pay our debts. Maybe all day long you can do small meritorious activities, small merit work. Let's pay a glass of water to Lord Buddha. Let's help your parents, take care of someone, heal the heart, give your ears to take that pressure from a person or a friend. Do small things that you can do. Go to the temple, clean the temple, offer flowers, offer alms, anything. Do as many merits as possible. And at the end of the day, let's recall all the merits that you have done and transfer those merits to everyone. That way, you can pay off your debts and it'll help you to attain Nibbana. If you have debts, it's like you are being chained. And it's not easy to break those chains. So, this technique will help you to break your chains and find your salvation. May the Noble Triple Gem be with you.